And there we go. Man, it feels good to be back on a Fuji camera. What's up, guys? My name's Omar, self-taught production manager, and I want to do a little more content this year. Testing out the new autofocus on the XH2S. I only very recently picked this up, along with the newer versions of the Fuji lenses I sold when I bought it to the Canon RF system. Got thoughts on that a little later. Great work camera, content creation camera, personal choice. And I didn't really have any autofocus issues, but I didn't use it too much before the firmware update. So right now we're testing it on the 1024, and I wish I had a more interesting video to shoot, but it's an autofocus test. It's Sunday night. Well, it feels like Sunday night at 6 o'clock right now. Cleaning up a bit, getting ready for, you know, the work week and everything, but I got these in yesterday, and I'm testing them out right now. So you're gonna join me. We're gonna see what the autofocus update on this does while I try this out. These are, if you're familiar with Nanlite, these are their tube light magnet brackets. These are pretty new. Never had them before. I don't have, let's see, how's that doing? It's picking up my eye. Is it focusing on this? Yeah. Wow, this is, I still have my original X-T3. Hold on one second. I still have my original X-T3 despite spending way too much money on the Canon RF system. Refused to sell it because this is what I bought when I said, you know, this is the thing I'm doing for the rest of my life. For the record, whenever I'm talking about like work stuff, I call myself a production artist because it sounds a little more professional and more all-encompassing than videographer, photographer, or anything like that. So if you're a photographer and videographer and you kind of want to like separate yourself a little bit from the crowd, I feel like production artist has been working out pretty well for me, at least like, you know, in the corporate world or whatever. I'm going to be bobbing my head quite a bit. I kind of do it naturally a little bit anyway. And we'll see how the autofocus kind of deals with me moving back and forth and everything. I have not really had any issues with this thing. Also, I'm going to be cosplaying with a friend as a Luis Guzman character, so kind of ignore the hair. But it's really exciting to see. I mean, I remember this thing, the pre-Kaizen update. Autofocus was still usable enough for me. When you're shooting other people, you're manual focus anyway, but after the Kaizen update, I was pretty happy with it for what it is. This, honestly, I've got the R5C right behind this thing right now, and it looks pretty good. Here's the R5C. Love it, great camera. I'm a relatively strong guy. It's a little too heavy for what it is, in all honesty. Same with the R5. And the battery life is just horrendous. The battery life on this has been phenomenal so far. It's been so long since I've done like a vlog or talking to the camera thing, so my breathing is like a little irregular. So anyway, yes, back to the topic at hand. You are going to join me in going upstairs to the common area in this apartment complex, and we're gonna try these out. I don't have Nanlite tube lights. I have the Godox kit. Just from a value proposition standpoint, I always thought it was a little better, but they never had a great mounting option. Matter of fact, let me bring it right here. Now, to their credit, they do give you a lot of options, and the Nanlites really weren't any better. You see this little pinhole right here. If the autofocus will, it's actually sticking to my eye so well that I think it's not focusing on this, so let me step back. It has like these metal threads that go through. They're really handy, and then it has these brackets, which are really good, but they still require you to mount them to something. And I came up with kind of like a solution with these little tripods. Also, something, just a side note that I'm not super fond of is that you can't really like put them on a table well, okay, it's actually standing there now. I wouldn't recommend it though, because it'll knock over really easily. So I came up with a solution with a tabletop tripod, and it's okay. Then again, this is like a very purpose-made tool, so I'm really asking it to do something it wasn't designed for. But the point is that, like, while these are great and very secure, you still need to bring like a light stand or something, or a C-stand or something if you want to angle it. But with these, I actually don't even know if these fit, do they? I'm assuming they do. This might be just a video on why not to buy things without checking first, but nope, it fits. Okay. Magnetic mounting is a really handy thing to have with lights. Aperture and their little Amarin MCs have it. super handy, especially when I'm going to Canada. I don't want to carry a bunch of lights with me. I can place those as practicals in the background or even outdoors at night during a photo shoot, and they work very, very well. I do have this, watch out. So I got this cheap light a long time ago, and it has kind of a weak magnet in the back. It's not anything impressive, but because it has that magnet, I've actually used it a lot more than I've used these, because even with a crappy magnet, it comes in really, really handy. I mean, I used it even yesterday. Let me see if I can throw some B-roll up here for that. But I used it yesterday when I was out with a friend on a photo shoot on this swing at night, just to light up her face a little bit. And it came out really well. I don't know if I'm going to walk around Georgetown and DC with these, but this is super handy and considerably more powerful. And because these magnets are so strong, I tried them out when I was playing earlier. These magnets are pretty strong, but I got 2 for each light because I don't necessarily want to have it just in the center. I might put it at like a really extreme angle. And just having the security of 2 magnets is always just better for my peace of mind, in all honesty. So, okay. We've got this. Also, for the record, I am recording this in F-Log2. There is no ND filter, but I do have a Black Pro Mist, what is that, 1/8? Hold on. I've got a Black Pro Mist. Yeah, 1/8. 1/8 on right now. And there we go. Again, sorry about the apartment. It's been a busy, 3 months. Okay, so let's take a walk upstairs and give this a shot right now. Also, another reason, is it following me? Hello? You got me, bud? Looks like I'm in focus, but I don't see any boxes on me. Hang on one second. And it just appeared right there. Interesting. But I guess we'll find out afterwards if I was out of focus or not. The other reason why I'm actually doing this video right now is that one of my internet buddies, another Fuji shooter as well, he recruited me to a little group of other aspiring YouTubers. I'm going to link his channel and the other 2 below after our meeting. And there's that ultra wide. What I want to do is actually start making more videos weekly, something like camera adjacent content. Also, just to note, this is not auto ISO. I'm not a big fan of auto ISO because I think that when it's dark, you should see that it's dark, if that makes any sense. But here is a test of the autofocus, walking, talking, and maybe, does it have that wobble? I've never had a camera with IBIS until now, so I always hear about the IBIS wobble. From what I'm looking at on the screen, though, it looks fine. I guess we'll find out. I'll do a future Omar pop-in if it looks weird. Honestly, my cardio is not that bad for a guy my size. I don't know why it's probably just a little weird walking and talking. But I'm gonna turn this off so I don't weird out anyone in the elevator. Okay, success, no one was in here. F-Log2, I am a big fan of this. It's so funny, I sold a lot of my Fuji gear because it was time to get certain codecs and a high resolution and all that stuff. And then they came out with the XH2S and then more recently the XH2. And it's guys, if you just said something ahead of time, I probably would have rented equipment for a bit while my clients needed that higher resolution and then just pick this up. I hate the way everyone does their product drops, their camera body drops, where it's pretty dark here. Is the autofocus keeping me? But it's where everyone just releases their videos at the same time. It's time to change that up. Is this camera weather sealed? XH2S flagship, I'm pretty sure it is. But Wes's fell into the water and I'm a little concerned because he said water came out of the screw holes in the back. And again, you're not supposed to dunk it. Okay, that did not work. It's raining in DC. Oh God. Might look fancy, but really this is just an overpriced shoebox, as is everything else in Northern Virginia and the DC region. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna put this down a little bit because I don't know if anyone's in the room and I don't want to be rude. I feel like so far it's been doing pretty well. I do see boxes like going all over the place, but I see one that's tracking my eyes. Even right now, it's tracking my eyes really well. Can't shake it off. And that's usually the problem. Hold on one second. Come on, buddy. There we go. Thank God no one's here. I'm always so weirded out when I'm recording and there are people around. There we go. Okay, so the big problem I have typically is that, where are the lights here? Hold on. Sorry about that. Autofocus still tracking pretty well from what I can see. Totally lost my train of thought, but now the point is to test this thing out. Hopefully that thing behind me is metal. And it is not. Let's see something here. Nope, nope. Man, even the fridge isn't, huh? Unexpected problem. Let's go find some metal around here. Maybe these doors. Right? What do you think? Perfect. Okay, let me just set this down right here. And, of course, I left my phone downstairs. All right. So let's just do this manually. And now, oh God, the RGB. Now you've got a pretty easy backlight and it's easy to mount and you can move it around. I actually really like this. So I'll probably be using these a lot more often. One of the things are, so it's funny. This is actually the same reason why I don't like using the Canon R5C for like my content creation stuff. And it's great for when I'm shooting stuff and when I'm doing talking heads or sports or whatever, but it's not enjoyable to use myself because you just have to do too much. I found that really, you have to remove friction, at least me, a person like me, I have to remove as much friction as possible if I want to start doing content or stay consistent with it. Or even like when I say content, I mean just have fun in all honesty. I'll turn on ads. I don't really make any money on that stuff, but basically you just want to be able to make content as simply as possible. And whether it comes to setting up lights or a camera that's easier to use, this is so much easier to use than the R5C for creating content again, and it's lighter and everything. The more of that stuff you get out of the way, the easier this becomes to do on a regular basis. And that's kind of like, that was my whole reasoning behind buying this. I will not use this for pro work. I will use this only for myself. And it's been a while since I've had a camera that's like just for me. So, you know, it feels special. It solves, it looks like, I mean, I feel like the autofocus is really good. We'll find out afterwards for sure when I put it into Premiere. But this solves really a lot of the problems I had with the X-T3. Never got the X-T4. That X-T5 looks really good. Like just personally, you know, I still have the X-T3, but 40 megapixels in IBIS, that'll be a reward for me when I, you know, I guess maybe accomplish something or whatever. What do you guys think? You let me know. I'm going to be doing, my aim is one long form video per week, and then I'll toss out reels whenever I can. My attention span is non-existent, so sometimes I'll knock them out like real quick when I probably should be doing something else. Not the best thing in the world. But yeah, I don't want to drag this video on at all. If there are topics you want to see me cover as well, let me know. I'd love to have a conversation with anyone watching these videos. I mean, you know, thank you for watching them. It's just me rambling for the most part, but I am looking to start like pushing a lot of my, especially photographer friends, on screen. Maybe eventually they'll start their own channel because like this is fun. This is fun, and when you work in the creative space and everything's moving towards video anyway, I feel like everyone should learn how to talk to at least their clients or their audience. See? So yeah, started rambling. I told you. Okay. No. So now seriously, we are done, and I left the lens cap. So talk to you next time.